Okay guys, going to be quick on this one. I'm going to share exactly what it takes for you to track and recognize and understand the stalkers that are following you. Remember that the GMCs and most of the other devices that they're using are on board. Their vehicles basically all have a Bluetooth device that's on for the most part. Sometimes you can even pick up their phones. They leave their Bluetooth device on their phones, or they leave their Wi-Fi on their phones, and they're trying to use the phone to connect with their Bluetooth in their cars. Now this is how you do it, okay? You get Wiggle. It's called Wiggle While Driving app. You have to have an Android phone in order to use this, okay? You get the Wiggle app. It's a Wiggle While Driving app. And you leave that on the scan, okay? That will scan and pick it up. Make sure that you go into the settings. It takes a little bit of learning ability. You go into the settings and you make sure that you have Bluetooth scanning, and you basically scan it the entire time you're being followed. You'll be able to check the Bluetooth devices. What happens is every time they're scanned, your device and your app will give it a location and a timestamp. Okay, you take this combined the screening, or basically the scanning of all the vehicles around you, even when they're trying to box you in or they're following you or whatnot. I mean, I've even had a device, one car followed me, it scanned it, it picked up 179 times. I knew exactly what it was, an iPhone, it gave me the MAC address and everything like that. And what you do in combination with this, okay, this is what it takes. It takes you getting video shots or photo shots of them, which also, by the way, your photo shots have a timestamp. They sit in the metadata of in the coding of the image that when you take the pictures. Right, and then you'll be able to also take the scans that you gather up over time. You'll be able to check the devices, and you can upload this to the wiggle.net website, which every scan, every time you do a scan, it uploads all of that. And you have to go into wiggle.net on the web, and you'll have to figure out how to do that. But you'll be able to upload every single scan every time you do it. Just upload them. You know, if you travel for a while and you get a bunch of them, you scan a bunch of them, shoot it back up, and upload it. You can do it right from the Android phone. And you can go through later on a laptop or a PC or something. And you can enter the site, enter your account, and you can look at every single download, every single time you scan and upload it. And you can then turn around and do a search. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because what I believe is that a lot of people, if more targeted individuals are doing this across the world, in the countries, everywhere, you start loading these devices. Now the problem is sometimes they have these Bluetooths where they send them with dynamic MACs, and the MAC addresses change. But over time, I mean, you can just continue to do it. Now what I've done is there has been a time when I scanned them all and I had them all uploaded into wiggle.net, and then I had pictures of every one of them. I identified each vehicle and identified each MAC address. Then I found them all at a hotel, and then I went through the hotel and I did the same thing. I took pictures of them all parked there. It forced the entire team to change. They had to build a new team around me because all of them were identified. I had pictures of every one of them. And then I had their MAC addresses also teamed in. So everything was put together. And the reason I'm sharing all this with you is because if everyone starts doing it, if every targeted individual starts using the Wiggle.net and the Wiggle app, it's called the War Driving app, and uploading it to third parties for third parties to monitor, you can actually go into the website, you can punch in the MAC address that you've scanned and put in, and that means that others will have the same thing. Any locals, any areas. You get a lot of people in St. Louis, a lot of people in Kansas City. The targeted individuals were everywhere, really. And I'm going to talk a little more about the targeted individuals, about everybody and how we act, and the things that get missed in trying to be communicative with each other. Because they do put triggered things, triggered emblems, things that are supposed to trigger another targeted individual that you're trying to talk to or try to help. And for people with lack of an experience, I mean, I've got 15 plus years I've been burned up by this. Okay, I mean, I used to teach, I used to have businesses, I had a good career, my wife was a doctor. I mean, I had a lot. And they destroyed me, right? I didn't really even realize what was really going on until I became homeless about 3 years ago. And but it's important that you understand that if everyone were to use the Wiggle app and to start downloading every time they get scanned, every time they scan every device that goes by them, every phone that is turned on that they can catch on the device is scanning. Every MAC address it's going to be, it keeps coming out of all the vehicles that come by you. You'll be able to follow. You'll be able to tell. You'll be able to look right at it. You could drive 30 miles and it'll keep scanning all the cars as they're going by and they're following you, and you'll hit them. Bam, bam, bam. You'll be able to look at the entire. It'll map out every spot they've scanned them in, where you were and where they were at the same time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because this is a quick one, but it's very important. Use the Wiggle War Driving app. Learn about it. Take a little bit of lessons. Take a little bit of study. You're gonna have to check it out. Get better at it, get good at it, and it will be something that will help you gain evidence against them. And maybe if everyone's doing it, everyone who's targeting an individual is doing the same thing, it might have the possibility of getting in the way. If you want to really try to catch them, that's basically how you can expose them without trying to play the games that they want, which is maybe get you to stand up and look like a complete idiot because you're trying to tell the truth and you know what the truth is, but everybody else believes it is a lie. All right, God bless you all. I love you, and take care.